we're on chapter 2. I'm doing 2 chapters tonight. Try to get all this book on video so I can have it for full training in the office. Goals and schedule, my favorite chapter. I love goals. I'm very good at setting goals, and it's awesome when you achieve them. It's really exciting. I've been doing it for a lot of years. I think it keeps you motivated. It gets me up in the morning. It gets me motivated because that's really all I can think about. The first thing when you're setting goals, you want to have a clear vision. I have a very clear vision on what my perfect life will look like. And it's basically that already. But no, I'm just kidding. It's pretty darn good. But you want to have a very clear vision on where you want to be or where you want to go. And you never want to be complacent. And I have that's a problem I'm always battling. Is like I'm perfectly happy because I've been very blessed in this business. So life for me is easy. So I want to always challenge myself and not be complacent, because being complacent, you never grow. You might as well be dead. So you want to have that vision and you want to have it clear. My vision is to be debt-free. With all the properties that I own, I want to have them all debt-free. I already have my house debt-free. I have no car payments. I just want zero debt. That's my goal, and that's the vision that I have. And I still will do my job because I love this job no matter how much money I have. This is a passion. Real estate's my passion. I enjoy doing it. So it really isn't like a job to me, but that's really where I would like my life. I like total freedom, where I'm not indebted to anyone. So you want to get yours. Whether if you're just starting out, your vision may look like, I want to be a millionaire in 5 years or something like that. Whatever it is. I mean, I want to make $100,000, and with that money, my family will have the life that we want. So you want to put it all together, your vision, whatever it is, you want to put it where it's going to get you out of bed. That you're going to look at that vision and say, you know what, I'm going for that, and that's really what I want to achieve. You want to have goals. When you set your goals from your vision, and your goals should support your vision, you want to have even the vision for your health. I have a vision for really every aspect of my life. But you want to have goals for your business, your physical health, your spiritual health, your educational goals. So you want to me, if you're doing this as a career, you want to get as much education. Like you want to have a doctor's degree in real estate. So you want to get as much education as you possibly can in real estate. You want to have goals in your family and relationships, making sure you're not just doing business and your family's going to suffer or your significant other's going to suffer. You want to have the balance there. You want to have goals in personal goals, financial goals, lifestyle goals, and mental and attitude goals. So, all of these things are important to be a well-rounded person, as I've said before. And, if you want to have a schedule in all of these things, if you want to do a half marathon, you need to have a schedule that's going to support that. You can't just go out and run 13.1 miles without having it in a schedule, in a plan, and how you're going to do it. So we're going to focus more on the business goals right now. But so what you want to do is you want to have a schedule that's going to support. If you say I want to make $100,000, you need a schedule that's going to support that. And what you're going to do is you have to do something every day to support that in order to achieve it. So I need for you to set your life up like that. This is a value page where you can just circle things that are important to you, because it's very important that you circle the things that are going to be help you maybe get your vision in place. See, like you have here appearance, cleanliness, creativity, education, efficiency. Like, what are the important things that are really important? Circle 10 of them, star 5 of them, and then you kind of know where your mindset is at. When you're setting your goals, you want to be specific. You want to be able to measure them. You want them attainable and realistic, tangible, and that you can complete them. So I had someone that I listened to recently, and they said that you should always go shoot up here. And only because if you shoot up here and make a plan for that, then if you hit here, and that's where your goal is, then you're going to probably surpass even what you're thinking. So you have to do it when you feel comfortable. My problem is I feel very guilty, so I want to make sure that I don't get too far away from my goal, because then I won't feel good about that. So I want to be close to reaching it. But sometimes I think maybe I should set higher goals because it's important. So you got to kind of see how that is as a personal feeling and kind of feel that out. In here, there's just like different discovery worksheets and that you can do, and kind of things on all areas that you can write down, like some different ideas in these areas of your life. I say spend some time on this. It's very important, and it's something that you have to kind of do on your own. There's a vision page here, and what I would like to do is have you bring your vision. When you come to me to go to the next chapter, I'd like for you to include your vision and what you think is your vision in this business. In your vision in life. It doesn't have to be this business, but whatever your vision is, to make sure that it's going to support you in anything that you're doing. Another great thing is a dream board. Here's my dream board, and I update it all the time. And these are just things. Always physical fitness is very important to me. How much I want to have in savings. I told you my big thing is debt free. So by 2020, I want to have all the loans that I have for the properties. That's basically my only debt paid. We want to build a new cabin. These are all the properties that I own right now that I have mortgages on that I want paid. And these are some of the trips that I want to do. I got to add a little bit more on here. But what I do is when I achieve my goals, I flip over, and these are some of the amazing vacations that I've had. I bought and sold multiple condos on the beach. I sold my house that I had in Lighthouse Point, a big house that we no longer needed. I've paid that house off completely. I've saved that much cash in the bank. I ran a half marathon in March, and my husband wanted this RV. And he wanted something that totally didn't look like this, and we got one that almost looked exactly like my board, which was really kind of crazy. We didn't even realize it till afterwards, and Jim pointed to the board and said, "Oh my God, you have the RV that we bought on there." Very close. It was one of the layouts. Ours is just a little different layout, but almost identical inside. So, it makes me feel good that I know that I'm always working towards achieving what I'm trying to get accomplished. And I think that I'll have this whole board done, or I know I will, absolutely positive I will by 2020. So, and hopefully add some more to it. I'm still working on adding more this year because I like to add more to keep myself motivated. I want to put a few more things in here, and I have a couple good ideas. But I got that cardboard at the dollar store, so you can just go and buy the cardboard and then just cut out for magazines, make it crazy awesome, spend some time and put it up. I keep it up all the time, and it's amazing just glancing at it how things just start to happen, and just by the end of it you're going to be like, whoa, I didn't know I got so much done in 5 years. This is crazy. Or however many years. It could be 10 years, 15 years, because it's going to be a long journey. And the journey is what matters. It's not the end. It's the journey that you take to get to those goals that's the important part, because that's where you grow. That's where you become who you are, and it's not the getting things that's important. It's the person that you grow into when you have to get on the path to acquiring whatever is your goal. So it's very exciting. It's fun. Dream big. Make the dream. That's why it's called the dream board. I should really add a little bit, some more stuff, I guess, on there for a little bit bigger, crazy dreams that would be awesome. But I pretty much have my dream life already, so I'm pretty lucky there. I'm really happy with my life. But anyway, so create your vision, your dream board. This is for your homework for when you come back and we talk to the next thing. the next time before you go on to chapter 3. Also, there's a goal sheet. I want you to fill out this goal sheet that has all the different aspects we discussed and put goals in all of those aspects of your life. You know, it's like the guy that goes to the gym all the time. That's all he does, but he has no money, and he's, you know, has to walk to the gym because he has no car or has no apartment. He lives with his mom. You know, what does that person have to offer? Nothing. You know, I mean, it's the balance. He might look good, but then you talk to him for 5 minutes and you're like, well, I want nothing to do with him. Or the person that works all the time and they have no time for their family and they're running around and they're not giving their family the attention that they need, and they're not taking care of themselves, and they're not doing the right thing there. Then where do you get there? You're just going to be burnt out. You're going to be rich and burnt out. And, you know, things aren't everything. So it's the whole package. So I think goals in every aspect of your life. I mean, there's a lot of things, giving back and all of those things too, that are awesome goals to put in. There's a lot of different charities that you can get involved with for business. There's networking groups. There's all kinds of things like that. So when you're doing things in those other areas, another perfect example is my husband was started to run, so we joined the running club, and we get a lot of business from that because the bottom line is that you start to get really good, tight relationships in those things. So the more you become as a person, the more you're going to just get back in life in every aspect. Now the next thing is your schedule, because your schedule now has to support your goals. So if you have a goal to do 100,000 and you don't get out or do anything all day, the chances of that happening is slim to none. So what you need to do is you got to say, okay, my goal is to make $100,000, and what am I going to have to do in order to do that? So you need to break down with how many transactions and how much your split is, and you know you have to. That's going to take a little bit of work, and I'll sit down with you one-on-one to work with that. But once you get a basic schedule together on what you need to do, then we'll sit down and break it down to how many people you need to talk to. And another thing is tracking things is so important. So we need to be not only saying, okay, you're going to talk to 25 new people a day, and then you've done that, and you've gone on 3 appointments, and you haven't got any listings, then we have to work on your listing presentation. If you've gone on 3 appointments and got 3 listings and none of them have sold, then we need to work on your pricing or what you're doing with your marketing and so forth. So everything ties into watching your numbers, what you're doing, tracking that on a daily basis, having a diary, watching everything, and that'll get you to be a top level quicker. If you do a mail out of 25 people and directly to say people that you know, and you get 1 call, that's a good mail out. If you get no calls, then you may have to change something. So you want to be able to look at everything you're doing and where you're spending money and have it all work for you. So that following and tracking is the main thing to do for that. So there's an example of different things you can do, and just different routines on putting together a schedule and what's important. The major thing that people say and the trainers say, and I 1,000 times agree with them, your morning up until noon should be prospecting. So some people say, well, I want to call at night because more people are home, or I want to do. The problem is by the time that you go all day and you're running around, the night never comes. So I think that if you put all of your morning schedule into prospecting, then it's going to be very important in order to do that and to get, prospecting done, and in order to whatever your prospecting you do, that we'll be going into more types of prospecting on things that you'll be able to do in all the different areas of prospecting. And it's just prospecting isn't always picking up a phone, knocking on doors. There's a lot of different prospecting ways that you can go about it. It's where, being comfortable isn't good all the time, but if you want to get into somewhere, if you're never going to do that, you need to do something. So we need to find an area that you're going to be good at and that you're going to be comfortable in. Or, nobody's ever comfortable prospecting unless you're doing it a lot. Then you get comfortable with it. But after a while, you'll be comfortable. But if you say, okay, I hate the phones, I will never do the phones, then obviously we don't want to mix phones in. Then you might say, okay, I'm going to do the networking part, or I'm going to work my sphere of influence, or, I mean, there's a million things to do, but your schedule has to include calls to them, or, you know, a letter to them, or whatever you're going to do, it needs to be done on a schedule. And in the morning is the most success. After 12 o'clock, you can get involved in the deals and taking people around and all the other stuff, but all of your mornings should be set aside just to try to bring in new business. I have right now, on the weekly boss example, which is from Haas Pratt, this is where it's good to put down your daily schedule. You can look through here. There's an example here on what he has, and basically it just gets the task. You put down the task, what you're going to do for the day, and then you want to put down, you put an X through it if you've done it. Say this says get up at 6 o'clock, and he achieved it. Do 30 minutes of exercise. He did it 4 out of 5 days. He wanted to do it for 5 days, so he's a -1 there. He wanted to have 50 prospecting calls. He did that every day, which was wonderful. He did 1 listing presentation. He wanted to have that, and he had that every single day. He actually had 1 extra, which was better. And he wanted to send 5 handwritten notes. He wanted to journal his week. He wanted to read 10 pages somewhere, and he did that. He wanted to listen to 30 minutes of audio, but you get my drift. It doesn't matter, but this is an example here. So what you want to do is you want to create your perfect schedule and what you want to do and get accomplished every week. And some things in there, you want to know the inventory, you want to go to preview, prospect preview, take clients out. I mean, those are things that need to be in your schedule, especially when you're brand new. There's other examples on putting together schedules here. And then there's a tracking form like we talked about. So if you have a listing appointment, you want to put down 1, and you want to note that I had 1 listing appointment on Monday and a listing appointment on Friday. How many listings did you get? How many buyer appointments did you go on? How many outbound referrals did you send? How many leads did you get from your center of influence? Your expires for sale by owners, just listed, just sold, open houses, contacts. How many contacts did you make? So this is so important so we can track and see what's working. So you really get to try to start working with this immediately, get in good habits. And so basically that's it for this chapter on chapter 2. So the main thing I want you to do for your homework is to grab your dream board, to create your vision, to set your goals and set them high, to put together a schedule, and fill in your weekly goal boss on the things that you need to do daily. And then come and see me, and we'll go on to chapter 3.